I know why I bought a Galaxy folding phone, or a folding phone in general, really, for that matter, but specifically a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold phone. But I wanted to look through why other people buy it. And I went through this Reddit list of why did you buy a folding phone, and I found some interesting things. Some things were really, well, the same things, or the same reasons I would buy it, and a couple things were different. So let's get into this 5 reasons why people buy Samsung Galaxy Folds. All right, here's the first one, and it is multi-window. The ability to watch a video, for instance, while also browsing on YouTube, and then also just browsing a website and being able to read an article is completely amazing. Now, you can switch these apps with anything. You could have Reddit on one side and Netflix on the other, or Instagram on one side and YouTube on the other. It doesn't matter. The key thing is being able to do 2 things at once. And you can even do more than that, because you can bring in a third app if you wanted to. Like maybe I want to bring in another browser window if I wanted to, or a book, or whatever it may be, and I'm able to do that. So there's a ton of things to be able to do on here and really multitask. It could be work things. You could have the baseball game on the left-hand side and the schedule or the stats on the right. There's so many things, and you can turn it and get a slightly different aspect ratio when you're multitasking. It's just the key of being able to multitask on a large display. It's pretty unbeatable, and it's pretty amazing. This next one is pretty cool, and it has to do with reading comic books. I thought that was pretty cool to be able to read a comic book if you wanted to on here, and just really immerse yourself in the comic. And you can, if you can't read it, you can squeeze in and pinch in and see what they're saying. But it's just a perfect size for a comic. This is like an ebook reader's dream. This is basically the size of a paperback book when it's open up to its biggest size. And it's very, very immersive. So manga or comic books was high on a lot of people's list on Reddit. And continuing with number 2, just reading a traditional book. I have this in dark mode, but you could have a white background and have this look just like a regular book. But being able to read books on this is amazing, and perfect size, like I mentioned earlier, it being about the size of a paperback book. So it's really, really an interesting thing to have in your hands. Watching videos, like there's honestly almost nothing better than watching a video on here, making this full screen if you want. 4:3 content looks amazing on this, like old school content that you might want to watch. It's just so great. You can go through this and you're like, hey, I'm watching Philip DeFranco, but then maybe I want to do Meet the Press. Whatever you're doing, it's just so awesome being able to watch videos in a huge screen. Here's some old 4:3 content. You squeeze it in and it basically fits perfect on here. It's awesome. But again, you can also do it in just regular 16:9 content or whatever it may be. I love watching this. It's really one of my favorite things, and I know it's a lot of other people's as well. I saw it on Reddit, just basically watching videos. It could be Netflix or YouTube or Hulu or whatever, movies, TV shows, anything. It's just awesome on these huge displays. The next one is just reading on this. Reading articles or pinching in and being able to see it a little bit better. It's really, really nice to have these nice big articles on here and to be able to read it. Especially as you get older, you definitely want something that's easier to read. The regular slab phones are definitely harder to read as your eyesight gets worse as you get older. So it's a beautiful thing to have these devices that are in your hand and that aren't too big still, but you're able to just read very comfortably and nice. And again, that's just one thing. So it's really being able to, it could be a text message or a website or a book or just what's on your screen. Everything on here is bigger and more simple to see. Next up is typing with one hand. I don't love this outside display. I know a lot of people do, but being able to not have to reach all the way over and type comfortably and not have the big display all the time on there. It's just so crazy to have this regular size, mini, skinny, tall display and be able to type one-handed. You don't have to reach all the way over. Even if you have small hands, it's really, really nice. to be able to do that. I do a lot of text to speech, but again, being able to type one hand is a massive, massive thing to have. And mine are basically all those same reasons as well. I don't read manga, but if I did, I think this is a great device to read it on. But really the main reasons why I do it is the big display. And the big display because it makes everything easier to read, have it be a website or a book or an app. I like watching videos on here because the screen is much bigger. I like listening to music and going through Spotify because the app is, again, bigger and gigantic. So it's really all to do with just this outside or inside display, I should say. It just is so much more enjoyable with everything that I do. Games are more fun. I love everything about it. That's why I get these folding phones. But let me know what you guys in the comments down below if something's different, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.